Will you mute your computer? Mute your computer. I will fist fight you, dude.
That's going to go poorly for you.
Not ever get done with John Judy. It's Monday, Albuquerque. You know what that means? Storm watch alert. We're on storm watch alert, everyone. That's what that means.
Oh, what is Dylan Storm up to today?
Nope, not Dylan Storm. The on-field voice of the Isotopes. Not that storm watch.
Oh, there's an actual storm coming?
No.
Oh, okay.
Just Dylan Storm tweets on your guys' Talk ABQ.
First of all, it's our threads.
Yeah.
We don't tweet.
Blue Sky.
Blue Sky,
Yeah.
thank you.
Sorry, I'm on Truth.
We know. Jake Casio is here with us. Jacob, welcome.
It's good to be back, Nice to meet my, who you're trying to replace me with.
Your replacement also in the house, Eliana Behill. Let's go. Welcome.
Hello.
That's perfect. You are doing such a good job. Welcome to the studio. The last time you were with us, we were at Hooters.
We sure were.
Yeah,
I was working that day.
Yeah, and we turned out for Hooters. People had a ton of fun with us. We have to
Yeah.
continue that relationship down the road. But they better make up their minds fast, man.
Well, I mean, they have chicken Phillies, so where else are you going to hang out?
Ooh.
We do have chicken Phillies. You can choose beef or chicken.
Okay.
My
Mashup.
personal favorite is the beef.
So you sell Philly cheesesteaks,
Okay.
Yep.
which are, say, a hoagie. If you're not familiar, it's a hoagie roll.
Cut.
Slice. Thank you for that. Very important.
Yeah.
You don't just put the meat on top. Thinly shaved beef shoulder,
Yeah.
I believe it is. Beef shoulder, sirloin,
It's a low end.
and then, sauteed peppers and onions on top with a bunch of cheese. That's a Philly cheesesteak.
Plastic
Cheese.
cheese. Like
Some-
a,
Cheese Whiz,
yeah, like a
sometimes.
whiz. Yeah.
which is the best.
But from what I've heard off-air conversations coming on air, you have a chicken Philly cheesesteak,
Yeah.
which defies all semantical logic to me.
If you put it in a
Because you
well,
can't have a chicken steak. Chicken isn't steak. This hurts my brain.
Because
You're
you're
putting
vegan.
too much
I
thinking
quit.
into it.
Yeah, too much logic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's the veganism in you.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
plant-based, not vegan.
Same thing.
Yeah. I have on leather shoes.
Also, you put a little Frank's hot sauce on that bad boy. Go with like a queso cheese, like a Blanco.
Oh.
I mean, that's a fun little
Dang.
snacky boy. But as far as Sammy's, I want in my mouth. That's the second most important Sammy I would put in my mouth.
I'm so proud of you for learning so many Spanish words
Thank you.
in the 8 years you've been here in Albuquerque.
Almost 8 years. Our anniversary coming up. That is on the 31st. We're not telling you where or when it is, but if you find out, we will be there.
All night.
Speaking of there, here is Isaiah Johnson with us. Isaiah, welcome. Yeah, I was going to do
the
something.
cheesesteak stuff?
Yeah, I was going to do something with Wiz, but I couldn't figure it out.
Mhm.
We're going to give Isaiah most of the day off as he hosted the morning show this morning, where he spent, I listened to the entire thing, 3 straight hours talking about how the Cowboys could have been great if everything in the world went differently.
The Cowboys could be great if they weren't a team.
That's okay,
Oh.
there it is.
Just a Toby Keith song?
That's
Alan Jackson post 9/11.
moneymaker.
Yeah.
Yeah, put him out there
Put him
selling
out there
tickets.
now.
That big Boots in the Park was yesterday. Did you guys go to that over the weekend?
No.
I don't like crowds.
Yeah. No, I believe Luke Combs would have greeted you individually. Isaiah, you had been out there. I was in Philadelphia.
Also, what your taste in women, though, a lot of them there.
Yeah.
Age.
Yeah,
Middle-aged
very much.
divorcees.
You would have been a kid in a candy shop, man.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
you would have been a candidate in a very old candy shop.
First pick, all the Cougars out there. You would have had first pick if you would have gone.
Yeah, it'd be like old expired butterscotch they'd be giving you.
Ooh, that doesn't sound that
Or
bad.
like those strawberry
Oh.
candies that like is
Don't
always
have
in
a
my
name.
grandma's purse.
Yeah.
Correct, yeah.
Yeah.
You know the trick to them, you run them under warm water first.
I just go for it.
Stud.
Mhm.
You don't mind pulling the wrapper out of your teeth.
At that point, it's part of the candy. Adds to the flavor.
Yeah, it's a little texture,
You know the texture.
for sure.
I spent this past
Mouth
weekend.
feel.
It's part of the fun.
I spent this past weekend in Philadelphia. I was at NWA's Crockett Cup at the famed 2300 Arena, known for ECW. A little historic venue downtown Philadelphia. I did go 1 week after Jake was in Philadelphia. That was by design. Had a lot of fun out there. Thank you to everyone who took the time to follow me on social media during that. Had an absolute blast. Van, you were at Isotopes Park on Friday. We will be back at Isotopes Park this upcoming weekend as the Party Animals come to town. They're taking on the Texas Tailgaters. Drew Gillespie will join us for the program tomorrow. We're excited to have him. Former UNM everything here in Albuquerque. Now pitches for the Party Animals. Also, he is hilarious.
Fun guy.
We'll have fun talking with he. Also, Statlander is going to join us tomorrow night from AEW, so that'll be fun because AEW is coming to the Rio Rancho Event Center on Wednesday. If you're going to be out there, say hi to us. Talk today to the venue, who, get this, gang, donated 100 tickets to the Boys and Girls Club.
All right.
So
Did you say Statlander?
Yeah.
Okay. Like John Cena's character Homelander, but of
I was thinking
Math?
Zoolander.
oh, Zoolander. That's fun.
And we'll
John Cena was a different guy anyway.
Who was it?
There's a new Peacemaker coming out.
Yeah.
Peacemaker.
Yeah.
There you go.
Chris Statlander is a lady.
Oh,
Yeah, and she is an alien.
okay.
Physically, she's not that far off.
So does she have a
buff
she have a work visa?
from the planet that she's from?
Mm-hmm.
Because
Yeah.
I meant outer space alien.
Outer space alien.
Yeah.
Ah, that
I'm
one.
glad you clarified
Yeah.
because it could have gone
Yeah.
either of two ways.
Eliana was like,
Yeah.
my people.
I know. I was literally thinking. I was like, illegal alien. That sounds very familiar.
That's a
One,
good.
one generation removed over here.
I think they prefer the term ET now, not alien. Not here, out there.
505-246-0610. If you know, let us know. Reach out to the program. It is a full house today.
Jake's red hat started texting ICE immediately
I
once he
literally
heard
went, I went
alien.
home just to put it on for you today, Fred. I hope you know this is now my new that I will wear this hat.
Hey, you're signal calling with that.
What am I signal calling?
Your people.
Maybe we'll tune in now.
They do.
Yeah, I know.
We're aware.
Yeah.
I just
So
figured
many
it out.
hate
This
listeners.
is a setup. You got me here to set me up. The ice hat, everything. It sounds so clear now.
Eliana Behill is with us today. We're going to have a lot of fun with her, talking the world of sports. Speaking of this past weekend, the NBA was as bad as the Final Four, as bad as March Madness, as bad as the NCAA tournament. This NBA playoffs,
It's been awesome.
it's been that good, except for last night. So 30-point blowout. It's the third one of the postseason for Oklahoma City. They're going to set the record because they'll blow probably Minnesota out by
Not a
30.
chance.
You don't think?
Uh-uh.
Well, Vegas says otherwise. So the heavy money is towards Oklahoma City.
They want you to bet on
They
OKC
do.
because so that they lose. They got to recoup.
They only get 1 day to recoup. I know because I listened to Aaron Gordon yesterday. He was real upset.
Mm.
He was real upset.
Well, Jokic is already drunk, so.
They say, Jokic, is your team good enough to ever win? And he goes, no. Look, I sit here with you. We are not good.
We have to put team on back. Now back hurt.
Mm.
I need to have off season to restore back muscle.
How can I win back to back? My back no work.
The only championship he cares about is his horses winning those
Yeah.
carriage races.
Did he win the Derby? Did he win the Kentucky?
Yeah, the Preakness.
He won that?
That was him running.
So sick. Out in front of
What's
all of it.
What's the Preakness of Lithuania? What's
The pieroginas.
Poland?
That's Poland.
It's Poland?
Same thing.
Is it? Is it?
I'm sure Lithuania or Latvia or wherever he's from has a version of a pierogi.
Horse races in Europe. Now, horses started in Europe, I think, or Asia. Yeah, there's nothing here.
Vilnius.
What is that?
Vilnius is capital of Lithuania. It's best horse race.
We know how race here. We only have Derby. Collision course Derby.
Do you want to know something cool? I
About
used to know
horses?
about Jokic.
I'm ready.
He it doesn't happen anymore, but he used to tie his wedding band to his shoes for games.
Are they divorced? Is that why they stopped?
No, I just think he stopped because he probably realized that it could come off. And
After the fifth ring that he lost, he's like, this is it.
He'd go in the
I'm not
crowd.
talking about
Yeah,
championships.
is the ring more expensive than horse?
Do you remember when we were kids and you go to a concert and people would crowd surf and you pick their pockets during the crowd? Am I the only one? I'm noticing the looks in the
So
room.
you were
Yeah.
you were the deviant.
I was the guy. Like if you have a chain
Thank
wallet
God you
on,
weren't crowd surfing.
no, I'm too big.
I know.
But
How old were you?
teenager.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
This is back
I
when he
thought
was
this
in
was
his
like-
East St. Louis days.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, this is when he was a street gang member.
You were gonna say. I thought you were gonna say 2 days ago
Yeah,
in Philadelphia
It's wild.
at the
That's pretty
NWA event.
That's pretty baller. I would never crowd surf.
No, you don't
No,
do it
he was
first.
stealing from the people crowd surfing.
Yeah.
He's a
Yeah.
If you go up there with a wallet with a chain, I'm taking that chain.
okay, a
Mm.
heat to leave.
wallet. Snatching your chain wallet.
Let me
My
snatch your
grandmama
chain.
gave me that chain.
It was not the one last night for Denver, so they are faded, as the kids say. So this means, and I think I saw this stat, it'll be, no matter what, a 7th new champion in 7 years in the NBA.
That's gonna be fun.
Like parity galore.
The new generation is here.
What does that mean?
How about you're seeing it?
Who the people left in the Eastern Conference and Western Conference Finals?
Yeah, but for the
That
are
all
you
four
saying,
of those franchises have been ringless for 50 plus years.
well, yes, but are you saying it's here now, or has it been here the last 6 years as well? Because it's been a different champion every year.
but
but
more
they're
old cats
good
back
now.
then. Yeah, this is like the good guys now.
Do we need to play taps for all the old heads?
They're gone. They're set.
It does seem that way.
Yeah.
By the hand of Anthony Edwards.
Get 'em
Beat
Medi-
LeBron
get 'em
and
Medicaid.
Steph back-to-back series.
He was the hamstring, right?
At the last 2 games, he was out. He took an L while he's on the court too.
Are you guys acting like he's the only guy on the court who's hurt? Like every player's hurt.
It's
Like
the end of the year.
you watched Aaron Gordon, crocodile tears after the thing last night. If I had one more day, we wouldn't have got blown out, and you would have got a better game. Somebody
He
told
never
him
won
to
that
say
dunk
that.
contest. That's why he's crying.
Did he didn't really put it out there.
Yeah, no. He should have. That would have been.
I think it's a work.
It's because he has to play with Michael Porter Jr.
Does he suck?
He's horrible.
He's
His
playing
brother-
with one arm.
It's because his brother's a gambling degenerate. That's why. It's a
Well,
fix.
this is a whole show's worth of antics of the Porter family.
Yeah, I agree.
His dad.
He has a better field goal percentage in his NBA career than Angel Reese had this opening weekend for WNBA.
Well,
and
I
he
mean,
was
that's-
trying to miss shots.
She got booed out of the building.
Yeah,
She was going to fight your hero, Caitlin Clark.
I don't like Caitlin Clark.
What?
Yeah, I'm a Cameron Brink kind of guy.
Why not both?
I don't
I'd
blame
rather
him.
climb a tree.
It's such a stupid analogy. Caitlin Clark is still first of all, everyone is taller than you. Eliana's taller than you.
That's fine. I'm proud to be an Italian short king. Okay, if anything, I'm tall in my family.
You just anoint yourself short king?
Sure, I'll take it.
That-
Change my name on the stream.
To be fair, I got really lucky.
To
I'm one of
be
the tallest
fair.
Mexicans out there.
We have to hit that joke again.
Well, I was just saying, I got really lucky. I'm one of the tallest Mexicans out there.
Jake, you are not tall.
Yeah, I'm Italian. It's in our
A lot of
DNA.
tall Italians out there.
Definition.
Name 2
Paul
Italian.
Gasol.
He's not Italian.
All right.
He's Spanish.
Same thing.
No, it is not.
Short king is a slang term for a man who is relatively short in stature, often 5'8" or shorter. Is that you?
I'm 5'9", so 5'9" and 1/4, so above average.
So you're stealing
So-
valor?
Yeah,
No,
I am.
not
I steal
only-
valor every day of my life, Fred.
Not only is Jake short, he's also a liar.
Get the,
He
get
is
the,
he is not
The
5'9".
double
get the,
whammy.
the
I
measuring
am
tape out.
5'10" and a half.
Let's revisit the wall
My
sits.
real real height is 5'10" and a half.
I'm glad
I
you
am
clarified
4 inches
that.
tall.
No,
taller
you
than
are not.
You are an inch taller than Jose Altuve. In boots.
2 inches.
Possesses confidence and attractive qualities, often described as having a strong personality and charm.
Well, he's
Well,
got confidence.
I got something.
When we get back from the break, a world of sports over the weekend, including great finishes to golf. I low-key watch like open wheel race car driving. That stuff is crazy. This Verstappen kid,
Why are the wheels open? That seems dangerous.
I only learned that term over the weekend, and I do believe it's more dangerous.
Okay.
And then they ran like a whole story on how these like F1 cars, they were putting like spikes on the side, and then they would purposely like barrel into each other to pop each other's wheels. And they were like, "You're actually creating murderers." I've become obsessed with it. We can go as far down that path as you guys want to go. Murder cars.
I mean, you had me a murder.
That sounds like really apocalyptic, you know?
It
Mad
was,
Max.
yeah, it was Fury.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Fury Road,
Fury open
Wheel Road.
Mad Max Verstappen. It's all making sense right now.
God, dude, you're so good at this.
I have a little bit of time under my belt.
2 Men On 95.9 FM and AM 610. Hey! Sports. Welcome back to 2 Men On. I promise we're going to talk about this Brock Purdy contract here in a minute. I just don't have all the numbers in front of me yet, but it looks like he's got 5 years and $1 billion. Good for him.
He can afford an apartment now without a roommate.
Jake Casio is with us. Jake, welcome.
Hey, Fred, how are you?
Eliana Vigil is with us. Welcome.
Hey guys.
Having a lot of fun talking to World Sports today, wrapping up the conversation on the game last night. You said SGA was the regular season MVP, Van. I'm going to have to agree with you. Jokic didn't do it in the closeout. 20 points, 7 assists, 5 to. He's just not that dude. SGA 35. Just
It's like average these days.
for him.
Yeah, true.
And they were chasing after the first. And then just stole it literally every possession.
And then Jokic said, let's go home, fellas.
He was tired.
Yeah. Westbrook, he wants to go think about retiring.
That's what he's. They
So
should have
the
won
Knicks.
sooner. What do we got to make a conversation about the Knicks?
I'm just making a comparison. It doesn't matter. You have one day. They do that all season long.
Oh, so they get days off? That's incredible. I don't get days off.
Yeah, what's that like?
Yeah.
I know that's
Must be
right.
nice.
Yeah, Isaiah worked the morning shift.
Full night of sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Probably got a massage.
Jokic was just
Eliana's
Some kind of weird IV drip on the plane. Like, yeah, okay.
during a
You're
massage.
going to complain?
Hey,
Okay.
don't massage me during an IV drip because often during a massage I feel like I have to go pee, and then if I'm getting the IV drip and I'm on a plane, how am I going to get into the bathroom? There's a whole process there.
All right. We'll just catheter that urethra. Problem solved.
Oh, that's gnarly.
Just like a continuous system of hydration. There you go.
That's not the worst idea. I
No.
see the vision.
For
That is
sure.
a logical fear to have.
Yeah.
Like, I just, like, the whole concept of it, if you really, like, think about it, it's just so uncomfy to even think about.
Because I've been there. It's not that bad.
You're pretty doped up.
You're super doped up.
I'll get a portable one. I'll get a Camelback.
Oh, you know what I learned about the other day?
IV going in,
It's not having it in,
whatever
it's taking
excess
it
is
out.
going out.
When it comes out,
Filtered in my backpack.
I'm going to describe it coming out
Oh,
on air. Are you guys ready?
okay.
The catheter or your peeps.
When the catheter came out,
Okay.
okay. Have you ever accidentally, with your pinky finger or index finger, touched the rack in the oven?
Yes.
Now, extrapolate that over like several seconds of holding it there. That's what it felt like.
I did not have this on my bingo card today. I can't lie.
Okay. I just kind of imagined like pull starting a lawnmower. Like the faster you rip it out, the easier it's going to be.
Unless it's an old crank, you know.
Mm-hmm. Which
I feel like ripping
Okay,
it
new
out
ni-
would
new
not
nickname
be
for
the best
mine.
option.
what are you
What do
talking
you
about?
mean, anywho?
This is compelling radio.
You know how many of our listeners have also been through this? It's a lot. This
Yeah,
is
it's a-
relatable.
I'm talking to our
I've
demographics.
seen the demo.
If you really think about it, I think everyone knows someone who had a catheter at one point.
Yes. We've all been through trauma.
Mm-hmm.
For me, elective plastic surgery. It's very similar.
Mm-hmm. It's a bummer it didn't take.
No, that's the one thing I got left. What are you doing? That you just all time you call it. The
It's gonna happen.
I'm afraid of being
What you
alone
gotta do.
more.
You got to start
He's
preparing,
making
Zay.
sure that is not going to happen.
You got to get you a home catheter kit
yeah,
and get ahead of this thing.
Yeah, huh?
one
That's
time.
the only way to break your fears, Zay.
If we should pull it out live on there.
Yeah. A lot of people, whenever they do something for the first time, Isaiah, they get called a newbie.
Mm-hmm.
If you go in ready, they'll call you a looby because you've
Yeah.
already prepared for this situation.
Yep.
I hope you're never in a situation where you require one, Jose. And if it ever does happen, God forbid, I know you're going to be okay.
Take me out is crazy.
You'll probably you might be asleep for it. Who knows?
Well, you will be asleep for it, but also if the time comes, Isaiah, where you need bedside care here in Albuquerque, because we know no one cares about you outside of me and Van, we will take shifts.
You can crash on my couch.
Take
With-
shifts
with this
cathetering
humor?
him?
Yeah. At least we'll have some TV on for him and some sports going on in the background.
That was me when I had COVID. That was like my one hill to die on in the hospital when I was dying. I was like, listen, just hold me up on my waistband. Like, guys, I need to be able to stand up here.
We could just put on like 90s Cowboys games and like Zay wouldn't even notice being cathetered.
Yeah.
He'd be so enthralled by successful Cowboys teams that he wouldn't even notice he was getting plunged.
The legend.
Why is Dak Prescott wearing number 8?
Not medically.
This is wild. Jokic came out on the bottom van over the weekend, and then that Denver Nuggets team, I mean, lost in a really immature fashion, lost big, and then kind of showed their rears at all these press conferences afterwards. And we're not a big press conference soundbite show by any means, but they felt the world was against them. They thought the NBA was against them. They thought the schedule was against them.
Everybody but Jokic was just like, are you guys good enough to bring it back one more year? No, we're horrible.
Yeah. We barely got here.
Obviously, we are not good enough to win because we did not win. That's how it went down.
I would like
he
to
shot over 50% from the field and almost got another triple-double. This was not on him.
Who are you putting the blame on?
He turned it over 5 times.
Russell Westbrook, as usual.
Yeah,
I mean,
historically.
Great scapegoat.
Everybody uses him as a scapegoat.
He don't win.
That's why, like, the whole nickname of Russell Westbrook.
Yeah.
Poor dude. He's always getting,
poor dude.
He's always getting the crap end of the stick.
He made hundreds of millions of dollars. I will never feel bad for Russell Westbrook.
Van and I went to a Lakers game when he was playing for the Lakers.
Oh, the Carmelo Anthony game?
Nope.
No. It was who was there?
LeBron James.
LeBron James
was facing Giannis and
Was Dwight Howard there, or was he? Was this when he was in Thailand?
Was Buster Rhymes there?
No, Dwight Howard.
Huh?
Dwight Howard.
What did you say?
Are you saying Buster Rhymes likes to go to Thailand?
I think you were hearing 2 different conversations.
What happened?
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's funny.
Here's my thing. If he's a winner, even with guys who are subpar-ish, like Russell Westbrook, he figures out a way to win. But once they took out the wheel of Aaron Gordon, and Jamal Murray just disappeared.
I haven't heard about Jamal Murray all season.
Jamal Murray looked at Russ and said, "Hold my brick."
Good thing he didn't post it on his Instagram story.
1 of 8 from 3. Even if he goes 8 of 8 for 3, they only lose by 7.
That's still big.
So
all the times, yeah. Jokic had 1 field goal in the second half. That's bad.
Yeah.
He was thinking about the real championship he's after.
I mean, he took 1 shot in the second half. It was a 14-point game at half. He took 1 shot.
Eminem'd it, huh?
1 opportunity.
Oh, I'm learning more about Jokic's horses because that's the important part here.
Okay.
He has a horse racing stable called the Dreamcatcher.
We know that.
You did?
Yeah, we talk about it all the time.
Yeah.
The Dreamcatcher.
Yes.
Do you know where it's based out of?
Yes.
Where?
Slovenia Lockbeat Cup.
Close. France, Italy, and Serbia.
That's what we said.
Serbia,
exactly.
Serbia's home turf.
Is he Serbian?
Yes.
Are you being serious?
Yeah.
No, sorry.
You
He's Yugoslavian former.
Yeah, but do you remember the Olympics?
Do you remember the war?
Yeah.
It's not Yugoslavia anymore.
Well,
It's Serbia as his country.
That was a Cold War.
Cold take.
Yeah, there's still war.
Huh.
What is it good for?
Absolutely nothing.
Thank you.
2 men on 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal. And thank you for joining us. All right, there's a lot going on in the NFL as well. Jake Cassio is with us.
Say it right. Say it right. Don't say it like Isaiah Johnson says it.
Jake Cassio is
Thank
with
you.
us.
Thank you. I kind of like that you go Cascio, because I'm all about that money, baby.
What is this? What are you doing?
Talking to Isaiah.
So-
We're in between the glass conversation.
So you guys have to like laugh after your punchlines? Like you guys can't make each other laugh? It's that kind of thing?
Yeah, and we laugh at our own. Yeah, respectfully.
Well, Eliana Vigil, who's with us, wasn't laughing at all.
Not laughing.
Eliana, welcome.
Hey guys.
And we're excited for this one. Brock Purdy, who is not a friend of the show, who multiple times has promised to come on the program and has never, now definitely doesn't need us anymore. So, $265 million over 5 years. Good work if you can get it.
It's about $10 or $15 million a year more than he should get.
What's the guarantee on it?
Some.
That's cool.
The guarantee on his contract is he will want for nothing ever again.
Yeah.
That's a
Right.
guarantee.
Until he's bad in like 2-3 years, and
Still has the money.
He has the money.
Still got the money.
the guaranteed money at least.
I mean, he's going to get the money.
If he doesn't get cut.
Even if he gets cut,
He should be smart about it because a lot of NFL players go broke once they get dropped.
well, a lot of them don't get 181 million in guarantees with a full no trade clause.
You can still blow all that money.
That is a fact. I would say most of the professional athletes that I know, like personally, love telling the stories about how they blew all their money.
Yeah, I would love to talk about that if I had that kind of capital.
I think anybody would,
Yeah, it would be so much more fun.
Okay.
right?
Who wants to talk about, oh, yeah, I saved
I'm-
up this much money and invested it into a 401k?
How they fumble. No. Yeah, spending your money if you still have it, but fumble in the bag? No. Yeah.
Well, then at that point, you can worry about all the other things you're trying to make your career be, like podcaster or rapper or a sports analyst. I'm just describing everything Antonio Brown tries to do.
You're just looking at things
Man,
in the
that
room
was
and
the
saying them.
craziest fallout. Antonio Brown had
No.
such a promising career and he ruined it for himself.
I don't know. Crazy is his behavior. It happening, not that crazy.
No, like the fact that it happened wasn't crazy. Just the way it happened was crazy.
I bought an Antonio Brown jersey like 4 weeks before he threw off his jersey,
Ugh,
and it got there like the week it happened.
So did you
that
reenact it?
sucks.
I did.
Makes it cooler.
I did. I actually reenacted it a couple nights ago when I was like getting home from work.
He shot a guy, didn't he, over the weekend?
No,
Shot at.
he was at like a TikToker streamer like boxing event, and shots got fired. I think he was just throwing it in the sky, really.
Friend of the show, Dan's with us. All right, now does he want to talk Brock Purdy? All right. Well,
Oh,
all right.
well, low-hanging fruit.
Also, I'm going to put my fingers in my ears and na. Welcome to the program, Dan. How are you? Oh, we're
Yo,
having
yo,
fun
yo.
with it on a Monday. What's going on in your world? Long time coming.
Well, we all did one. Van did a good one.
Nice. Yep. Was he Slovenian? I don't know.
Are you just naming old Detroit Red Wings players?
Yeah, Steve Yzerman. Is he on the list? Yeah, those went up in 85.
Any Malore with that?
Good question.
Little Chicago handshake.
Chicago style.
Mhm.
I
Well, you got to support the hometown boy.
yeah, B for Burke.
The B is for Bregman now.
Yeah, I agree completely with that.
Dan, when you were at Comiskey, did you get to meet the young Pope?
Good question.
Like child.
Leo. Well, you would have been you would have been okay if you waited after the game for the young Pope to do a little after game prayer.
Mhm.
Yeah, would have took care of you. Yep,
Yeah.
that's nice.
Turn
Was
water
it like
into
downtown
Malort.
Albuquerque scary?
Now you haven't.
Nixon six.
Oh,
Nixon
dude,
6.
I'm on that bandwagon with you.
Boo.
Let's go Pacers.
Dan, good call.
Indiana needs something to go.
I like Dan a lot.
Indiana finally needs something to go their way. Why not the NBA this year?
No, everything's going to be ruined like Tyrese Halliburton's dad's night when he comes to Hooters and gets all drunk there because he's banned from the arena.
Good place to watch a game.
Funny that you know he comes in.
Yeah, I know too much about Tyrese Halliburton's whole family.
Isaiah just flew under the radar with they got Caitlin Clark. I like that one.
Mhm. For now. Because
I mean, it's the one WNBA arena selling out, so I mean, props to them.
I have a one-up story on Dan because I'm that guy. It was the fall of '95, Busch Stadium 2, which doesn't exist anymore in St. Louis, Missouri. The St. Louis Rams, which do not exist anymore, playing the San Diego Chargers, which do not exist anymore.
Okay.
End of an era.
Yeah, and it was the first game I ever saw professionally, like as a kid. And none of that is real life anymore. They're all dead. All those things I just named are dead.
like your childhood.
Also, it may have been in the first preseason football game, and I think they've technically erased that even existing because they're down to 2 or whatever now. So all of those things are super dead.
Nice, you got a leg up on Dan. Good for you, man.
Rest in peace, my childhood.
And East St. Louis.
East St. Louis is not dead. Tornadoes got St. Louis this weekend. I don't know if you guys saw any of this. Oh my gosh.
Is the arch standing?
Yeah, the arch is fine.
Oh, thank God.
But hey, like seconds from there, like Forest Park, not fine. Like Central West End, not fine. I woke up Saturday morning, 100 text messages.
A lot of trailers where you're from too.
Not in that part, but yeah. That's a very much a concrete part.
I think that's where we kind of bond a little bit, is the white trailer trashiness. East St. Louis.
I'm one generation removed.
From the trailer?
Yeah.
Yeah, but they never really took it out of you.
Oh no.
No.
I embrace it. I
You
love
take
it.
the hood out of the dog, but not the dog out of the.
What's a hood dog?
Here,
You
they're-
didn't live in East St. Louis then.
Does that have
They're-
Coney Island sauce
they're-
on it? Like what is
Is
it?
Res
it like
dogs
a
here.
I was just gonna ask.
Oh,
is it like a
there
res
you go.
dog?
No, it's a dog in the hood.
I thought you were talking about food.
No. Just pierogies. No one's trying to get underneath the chain link
No,
fences.
Yeah.
They can get under the fence. They're tricking you to come over there first.
Get closer.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
And really, the gate's not even latched because
No.
who bothers to latch the
Yeah.
gate?
I guarantee those houses with those dogs don't need ring cameras. That's
I feel
for
like
sure.
you've never known fear unless you ran from a dog.
Ooh. Now turn around and fight.
I will fight a
I
dog.
have,
No,
I have a
I
great off-air
refuse.
story about that.
Did you go over?
Is it fake now? Because I know a place you can go.
Dang.
I've chipped a tooth before. It was
In a
was
dog fight.
No, actually, I choose not to fight dogs.
Oh,
I value my life enough not to choose to.
Well, it
fight
wasn't
dogs.
where you were fighting; it was where you were biting it. That's what did it.
No, I just tripped and fell with the basketball, and I like hit my chin on the basketball, and my teeth like hit each other. And
It's not how you dribble.
then, no, dude, it's not how you dribble.
Wrapping up the 4 o'clock hour when we get back. It's 2 Men On 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Zone.
Welcome back, friend of the show. Welcome back to 2 Men On. Welcome back to 95.9 FM AM 610, the Sports Animal. RIP Tush Push, the owners of the league and the rules committee are huddling around each other right now, talking about they should get rid of the Tush Push. This is pathetic. This is soft. And this is why owners shouldn't be making decisions about the rules of football.
This isn't rugby. They're not in a scrum. I didn't sign up. If they can't push the wide receivers or any other player, then why should they be able to push the quarterback or whoever's in the push position?
When football started, every play was a different version of the tush push.
That's different.
The forward pass wasn't invented until like 30 years after football was invented.
That's when the game became the game. Okay, Joe Namath wasn't out there slinging the rock left and right for nothing.
Where does this Joe Namath segue come from? What are we doing here?
I'm just using him as an example from Super Bowl III. If they would tush push him back then, the Jets would never have a Super Bowl. Yeah, they
the 1 yard play.
I can see Dallas making the same claim though. No, he's not. He breaks his ankles too often to be Jalen Hurts.
Yeah, you probably thought the same of Lamar too. Not a national champion though.
Can't squat as much either.
Or Super Bowl champ.
This is like
Saquon Barkley. Saquon Barkley's got a crazy squat. That's insane.
This is soft. This is like when MLB changed the rules for Bob Gibson. It's like, we can't hit Bob Gibson. Lower the mound. We can't stop the tush push. You can't do it anymore.
The game changes, man. The game changes. And if you can't evolve with football, we'll evolve without you.
Well, no.
Hey, we're not going to be doing this barbaric tush push.
You're describing the opposite. The game did change. They mastered the tush push, and you want to stop them because they're good at it?
Just QB sneak it like everybody else. I'm sorry that the Eagles have a quarterback that's so strong he can't get through the line himself.
And the Eagles will be the best
Josh
at that
Allen
too. Josh Allen is taller than everybody. He just jumps up and holds the ball out.
He's a mountain of a man. He is a big dude.
Yeah, that's a tree I climb.
No, Josh Allen can't jump up and hold the ball in the air. We're going to ban the
hurdle. I don't care.
The Josh Allen jump and stretch.
We'll still find a way to win. We don't need the one play to define our offense.
Having a lot of fun on the program. 505-246-0610. Looks like the phones are lighting up, telling me why I'm wrong, which is often. More sports and sports adjacent talk when we get back. You're listening to 2 Men On 95.9 FM AM 610, the Sports Animal.
Thank you. Welcome back to Two Men On. Welcome back to the program. You guys know I spent all weekend in Philadelphia at the Crockett Cup with NWA. Had a lot of fun out there. But you don't have to travel that far, gang, to see pro wrestling. You can see it this upcoming Wednesday night at the Rio Rancho Event Center. It's a double feature, Dynamite and Collision. And here to tell you about it is friend of the show, Chris Statlander. Chris, welcome. Excited to have you with us. It is a big televised pro wrestling week for New Mexico as AEW comes to the Rio Rancho Event Center. Also, fun fact, guys, AEW and the Rio Rancho Event Center gave me 100 tickets today for the Boys and Girls Club.
Oh,
Let's go. Chris, welcome. Excite the crowd about what you guys are doing on Wednesday night. Everyone. It is the debut of AEW here in New Mexico, and it is the broadcast pro wrestling resurgence, as there's not been televised pro wrestling in the state of New Mexico since, I'm not joking, the year 2000, when the last time it was
Quarter century.
It's been 25 years, and that was a WWE SmackDown, and I guess that was it. They stopped doing it until right now.
Yeah,
So,
we're talking to you, friend of the show. Don't do anything stupid. We're being recorded.
yeah.
Right?
Everyone pay attention. Chris Statlander's here. What's up? What are you doing? You fighting Willow Nightingale, or what's the plan? That's all you do. You beat her up all the time. That's I let's go. You can also Van, you saw her when we were in Las Vegas, and you didn't realize she wasn't black and white in person. That was crazy.
I was shocked when I
Yeah.
saw her in person. She wasn't wrestling in black and white or shaking my hand in black and white
Also,
or hitting on me in black and white.
Also, friends of the show and fans of Duke City Championship Wrestling, you can see many of our regular performers out this Wednesday at AEW Dynamite and Collision as Manny Lemons is there.
Yeah.
Manny Lemons is also going to join us on the broadcast tomorrow as we hype the big wrestling event at the Rio Rancho Event Center. And Helica Risk is coming to town, so you can see her, Albuquerque native, and they're going to be there to entertain you. Chris, talk to us a little bit about what a double feature day looks like for AEW. What do the fans have in store for them? No. Now, we will all step aside for a second so that Van can tell you about all the best vegetarian restaurants in town. Van, go ahead.
Oh, are you plant-based? Do you need advice? I will give you either my email or phone number. I'll tell you all about it. Okay. Chris, what makes AEW so special? How does AEW stand out for your entertainment dollar? Boom.
Pro wrestling this Wednesday night. It is AEW Dynamite, AEW Collision, 7:30 start at the Rio Rancho Event Center. Doors open 90 minutes before the show. Get out there early. Van and I will be out there in our suite, so we're going to have a lot of fun celebrating not just Chris, but the entire roster of talent that is AEW. Chris, give us your final thoughts before we cut you loose. There we go.
Boom.
Not so bad. She's done it before. Chris Statlander, thank you so much.
Thanks, Chris.
That's a good call. That's a good little call. I like that. Eliana, you ever seen wrestling in person?
I have not actually.
What are you doing Wednesday?
Going
to wrestling.
going to wrestling.
I wish I could go.
You can go.
I have an obligation.
Is it work?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're going to have that the rest of your life.
Yeah, exactly. And I show up to my job.
Physically. Shows
That's
up
why he still
physically.
has a job.
Yeah, exactly.
He's checked out mentally a long time ago.
If I could show the friends of the show the text thread between us and the number of times you say, hey, boys.
I gotta go do my job, my other jobs.
Phone lines are still lighting up. Who else is with us, Isaiah? Oh. Welcome to the program. Friend of the show, Jacques Tonnet. Jacques, welcome. Excited to have you. I believe you are calling to make the announcement about your little Jets winning the Super Bowl.
How big are the rings? Like ring pop status?
Pretty excited about this.
Well, hey, at least you saw your Jets win something.
Oh, okay. Breaking news.
Not yet. They're meeting about it
Yeah, I didn't get
as
that
we
yet.
speak.
It would happen, I guess, officially next year, right?
That happens all the time.
Every play.
No, it doesn't.
You run behind offensive line on when you're doing a trap or you're running off guard. That happens almost every play. A lineman will push you
That's
forward.
what doing a trap means? Okay.
That's a different. Yeah. You don't do that at a trap house for sure. Anecdotal evidence.
It's dangerous for the players, Dan.
Okay. Yeah. Every third or fourth and one. They'll do it every time. It's
So sweet.
smart. As much as the quarterbacks are nerfed, as much as the quarterbacks are bubble wrapped, Jacques, I think you'd appreciate being in the trenches, and your quarterback is willing to put his neck on the line and run into the big boys.
Guys, we know what the real truth here is.
Success. They hate success.
Too many times.
Thank you. Thank
I'm
you.
a big rugby fan right now.
And when it comes to that one specific play?
No, knowing that rugby upsets Jock. That's why.
Okay.
Oh, gosh. They're positioned by number, man. I don't know if you know that.
I did. I learned that when Joel Uevano told us in
Yeah.
real time on this program, because I had no idea.
And that's why Jalen Hurts wears number 1, because he's number 1 at the tush push. Jacques, good call.
Nixon 6.
He's not subscribing to that.
I thought I would get a little New York support on that.
The real truth, and I think we've said this on air, is now that Kenny Pickett has left Philadelphia, they just don't want Cleveland doing the tush push. That's the whole thing.
Yeah.
To what team?
The Browns.
Oh, I think like a UFL team. I thought he was going to play.
$4.6 million for 4 years.
That's a pretty good word to be.
For a fifth round draft pick, it's not bad.
That's about $7 million less a year that he would have lost out on by going to the NFL.
Or just maybe playing another year in college.
Yeah, he would have $8 million in college.
Oh, everyone press pause. Guys in that camp do not know what a good quarterback looks like.
And they haven't known for at least 2 decades.
Don't trust them.
They're just racist
Yeah.
against left-handed people. Don't snort like that when I say it.
All right, so
They hate lefties.
Who likes lefties?
Jack Tony.
Other than baseball scouts.
It looks like
See?
I tolerate it.
Isaiah. It looks like
Tell us how hard it was growing up being the way you are.
A lot of smudges. on
Left-handed.
And the desks, like if you think about like the school desks, they're only meant for right-handed people. That like had to be your first
Ooh.
struggle.
Dude, if you were
In a classroom with
That sucks.
2 left-handed kids, one of them screwed.
Yeah,
One of them just has to learn to be right-handed.
That is-
There's only one left-handed desk in a classroom.
that's the real reason I didn't get into baseball.
You would have been awesome.
Jacques Tony championship ring update alert.
Oh, let me see.
This thing is fire.
Oh.
It's super nice. I don't know what league this was.
That looks like a Rose Bowl ring.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jostin's got their money's worth on this one.
Hey, text us back what Temu store you got that from, because
Before the
they're
tariffs.
my new favorite store for sure.
Or what mom on the team bedazzled all those rings countless hours.
Yeah. Also, how did
She
they get them
worked
so
hard.
Yeah,
fast?
she did.
Like, did it,
He ordered them week 1. You know he ordered those week 1
He actually ordered them a year ago. He just held on to them.
when he won his last one.
He was just waiting for them to come out.
He's got the one size 13, and then the rest of them are just.
See, I think there's going to be a problem with the kids on the mini jets down the road because they're just going to be so used to winning.
One of my favorite personal friends of the caller, Lenny.
Does Lenny want to wait till after the break, or does Lenny want to go right now?
I think his track record's good enough to let him go now.
Welcome to the program, friend of the show, Lenny. Lenny, how are your Caitlin Clark jerseys doing?
He brings the heat.
You know what? I've been out of the country for the past months. I don't even know what's going on.
Welcome back to this country. I'll update you. There's a new pope. That's kind of worldwide.
Yeah, for sure.
Actually,
That
was more
was
worldwide.
about it. But
Gas
when
is
you
under
after you
$2
spend a
now.
month in Thailand, you really don't care about anything
What?
else.
Do you
You're
get
in
a suit
Thailand?
made?
Yeah, that's where I just came back from.
Probably a nice suit. That's the only reason I would go to
My
Thailand.
question is, where are you getting gas? Less than $2 still?
that
In Thailand, no, Thailand is
City.
actually more expensive than here. It was like $4.40 a gallon.
Yeah, but you can walk all of Thailand. It's like little.
Really? Yeah. I don't know what part of Thailand you were in, except unless you were living on the beach.
Never been to Thailand.
Red light.
it's even more expensive because it's in
But-
liters.
Congrats on the wrestling show on Wednesday.
Thank you.
Finally nice to have some live shows here.
I thought you were talking about my phone.
WWE is too pompous to show up
They
anymore.
come twice a year.
Not anymore. There is a big WWE announcement coming up that I can't say publicly, but you will very much appreciate the big announcement coming up when it does come, Lenny.
Okay, so I'm going to just say this about the tush push. Everyone has big boys that they can put behind the quarterback and to the side. Just because one team can do it really good and the other 31 suck at it, why change the rules? That would be like saying, you know what? Everyone in the league cannot shoot past 25 feet because of Steph Curry.
The association.
Thank you.
Yeah. I don't hate that
You
rule.
know, if you can't do the job, I'm sorry, but every team has fat boys that are 350.
Yeah,
that
but
can
you
do
got
it.
you got.
So
But the
to
problem
change
is you
it
got
for
stubborn.
one team because everyone else tried and failed.
No, you got stubborn coaches out there who know that they probably
Okay,
could, but they're like, "Oh,
well,
that's not
did
football."
Kansas City get their butt kicked in the Super Bowl because of this tush push?
No, that was the D line.
They did that to themselves.
The Chiefs had no offensive line.
That was Andy Reid at halftime not recognizing to make the changes needed to try to win the game.
Well, maybe if they tush push, they could have won.
I think the Rams may have gotten them without the tush push.
Okay, so I'm going to do two things real quick. Pittsburgh Steelers, stop being held hostage by Aaron Rodgers, because I lived that for 2 years with the New York Jets. Just go make a trade with Atlanta and go, Atlanta, you owe $45 million to Cousins. You pay half, we pay the other half. 1 year guarantee left on the deal. We'll throw you in a fourth, conditional to a third on playing time. Aaron, go back, go enjoy Asawaga, go live in the desert, and you're never going to be on Jeopardy again, and move on.
Oh, gosh.
Asawaga.
Okay. And then for the playoffs, I'm a Knicks fan, so we got
Let's
to go
go
back
Knicks.
to last year.
I can hear it.
When they lost Game 7, Mitchell Robinson's out.
Yep.
Rajan Bogdanovic was out.
Whoa.
Jalen Brunson breaks his hand.
Julius was hurt.
Play. And Hart was also injured. They're fully healthy. They're ready to go. This is the old school Knicks and Indiana series. Hopefully a throwback to 2000 era. Knicks in 6 games. And what would be the best rematch or best possible scenario for them, they go up against Julius Randle and DiVincenzo.
And it all goes.
Minnesota upsets Oklahoma.
It all goes full circle.
That's not what full circle means, but yeah, it would be a good story.
It's the only story.
It's the only story. But Minnesota, with the way Randall is playing right now, the way that Anthony Edwards thinks he's God's gift to basketball, which that's for a topic for another 2 hours of fill-in show, they still have a good chance to beat Oklahoma. Jalen Williams is up and down for Oklahoma. We know what SJ can do. Hartenstein's going to get shut down by Gobert.
He looked pretty good last night.
Chet Holmgren will turn sideways, and if you miss him, you'll run right by him.
He looked pretty good last night.
No, he's good. I'm kidding. I mean, they didn't win by 18. They didn't win the league by 16 points because they stink. But the way Minnesota has played the second half of the year, and since Randall has come back from his injury in February, they've been a different team. Anthony Edwards just has to do me one favor. Shut up and play.
Oh, we got a shut up and dribble call.
There
Here we go.
Okay, and then the Knicks can win the series, barring any major injury. They're fully healthy. And I don't care about, they beat Boston because Jason Tatum got hurt. They were going to win that series regardless the way they were playing, and no one cared last year when the Knicks had all those injuries and they lost 4 games to 3. Injury is part of basketball.
All righty.
They have enough, but the key for the Knicks will be getting Precious Achiuwa off the bench and being that pain in the butt.
This is how I know you know ball. That Precious Achiuwa comment.
Well, whenever a friend of the show, Lenny, said injuries don't matter, but he started the segment off with all the injuries. That's what got me.
Injuries are a part of
four
sports,
injuries
though.
last year. I'm not going to say, the Knicks lost because of 4 injuries. You lost because your bench sucked, and you lost. Injuries are part of the game.
Exactly. Injuries are a part of sports. Every
But
sport.
now the Knicks have a chance to beat Indiana. They're a slight favorite to win. If they win the first 2 at home on Wednesday and Friday,
it's
then
over.
7th Avenue is going to look like if you've
Fallujah.
never been to 7th Avenue after a Knick or a Ranger big win.
No one
it
has
looks
in
like
20
Mardi
years.
Gras.
When was the last Ranger big win? 03?
96.
96.
God, that's so
I mean, before that, but I was there in 96 when they did it. And 7th Avenue from end to end, all the way to Times Square and beyond, was just a sea of humanity. It looked like the part of the debauchery I saw in Thailand.
Are you saying Times Square went from clean to Messier?
Yeah.
Nice.
So,
good Rangers.
you know, congratulate on Wednesday night. If you have any extra pairs, I'll be happy to buy some because I got to get this jet lag out of my system.
Lenny, shoot me a text. We will set you up. We are going to break. It's 2 Men On 95.9 FM and AM 610. Lenny does have my cell phone. I'm not joking. Sports animal.
Fruit.
Welcome back to Two Men On. We're in the studio. Quickest little seggies of seggies right here. Get this show back on track. Eliana V. Hill's with us. Eliana, welcome.
Hey guys, thanks for having me.
Aw.
You don't awe when I say that.
Jake Cassio's here, everyone.
Hey guys, thanks for having me.
Aw.
Thank you. I got some support from my replacement.
We did tell you didn't have to come in today.
No, you didn't.
This is a true story, friends of the show. In the group text, Jake says, because we have like a 2 Men On group text, which has been through a lot of producers.
But I've stayed.
Hey, Isaiah, we do me a favor. Go ahead and remove Carlos from the 2 Men On group text.
No. No.
No, he just has to leave.
When's his last day? Thursday?
Something like that.
See ya. He
No.
gone.
He'll be back.
Hey, Eliana, I'll add. No, I don't want Jake to have your number. Never mind. I'm not adding you. So Jake texts, we working tomorrow or nah? Because you thought today was Memorial Day.
I did. The Mets and the Yankees game, they had their the military awareness caps on.
Military awareness?
Military
aware.
remembrance.
Is that what it is?
You
Do
aren't
you mean
aware?
military
are-
support?
Military support, same
Okay.
thing.
There you
Yeah,
go.
you're aware of it.
I
Though.
think we're all very aware that military exists.
Well, I wasn't aware of the date of Memorial Day, and I thought today was Memorial Day because they were wearing camo hats. So I was like, oh, we might have the day off.
1 week early.
Day to honor and remember the men and women who have died while serving the U.S. military.
Yes, which I heavily support.
Isn't it Victory Day now? Was there an executive order?
V-Day is in
I think
May, isn't it? May 5th?
it was originally Decoration Day. Is that what it originally was? And then it became Memorial Day. I think that's close to accurate, if not perfect. But if they've changed it for a third time, I mean, figure it out.
Isn't V-Day the day Russia celebrates that they beat Germany?
There's multiple victory days around the world, but our fearless leader signed an executive order that, correct me if I'm wrong, Memorial Day is now World War I Victory Day, and Veterans Day is now World War II Victory
I don't think
Day.
that's accurate.
We did win both, so
Obviously the United States had to win the Civil War.
someone had to.
Somebody had to. All right, so I'm looking here. It's on Wikipedia. It says it's still Memorial Day. Also, Decoration Day was correct. So,
Nice.
there we go.
Your history major is really helping.
Do you think I was taught that in college?
Maybe.
No, I learned this from Aaron Rodgers on Jeopardy. Everyone knows that. So you watch just regular season baseball now? You watch the Knicks or the Mets and the Yankees?
Yeah, I did. It wasn't fun. It was not fun. Pete Alonso blew it. I don't know if you saw.
I watched the tail end of a Phillies game at a Phillies sports bar on Friday night. That was a wild experience.
Win or loss.
It was so they were up 8-4, bases juice, and they're playing the Pirates. And
Oh, the PP game.
poo.
No, not anymore.
Yeah, they changed it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
So
they
it's
did,
the PP game now.
and they
Popo.
did a video on the broadcast. So what this is, Eliana, is the scoreboard would have the P for the Phillies, a 0 for the score, a 0 for the score, and a P for the Pirates. And it spelled obviously
Poop.
that. So they changed up the score bug so it doesn't say this anymore. And they did a tribute to
A
it
memorial, yeah.
on the Phillies broadcast.
Mhm.
For the one time they play each other a year.
It was the stupidest thing I ever saw.
That is legendary.
It was good.
Yeah.
So they're up 8-4 big in the top of the ninth because they're playing at home. And they're up 8-4 big. And then for some reason, the Phillies load the bases and they got to go through not Ellie De La Cruz, but the Pirates cruise. And then Andrew McCutcheon's up. And this sports bar was losing their stuff with a 4-run cushion with the bases juiced. I was like, I don't have it like this. I don't have passion for regular season baseball like this.
Every game matters, Fred.
That's what they thought.
It's what that's what that part of the world knows.
That part of the world?
What
Yes.
part is that?
The Northeast. Not like your Middle East you live in.
I grew up in the Midwest.
Mm-mm. I know what a map looks like.
2 Men On 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal. Welcome back to Two Men On. Jake Cassio's with us.
Hi, Mom.
Whole bunch of callers today, 505-246-0610. That's been nice. Chris Statlander of AEW joined us earlier. Big event tomorrow night at the Rio Rancho Event Center. Eliana V-Hill is with us. Eliana, welcome.
Hey guys, thanks for having me.
Van, there's a ton of money in San Francisco. Four-time All-Pro linebacker Fred Warner just reached an agreement with the team. 3-year, $63 million extension, $56 million guaranteed. Millie makes him the highest paid linebacker in the NFL. Also, I've talked about this a lot on the show. That's a position that no one is trying to be good at anymore. But
It matters.
I don't know who to.
Because they can get away with being mediocre in that position.
I agree.
Boom.
It's the least important one on the field. But the 49ers fans should be enthused with the effort the team is giving this off season.
Whoa. Linebacker least important? It's crazy.
Name a least important one than that. Can't be done.
Defensive tackle.
No, I gotta have him.
Right guard.
If you have a trash defensive tackle but an awesome linebacker, he can not only defend the pass, but if he notices run, he can go fill that hole.
We're talking about two different things. Which one would you rather have a good one of? Defensive tackle.
I'd rather have a good linebacker.
Stop the tush push.
Without a doubt. The tush push can't be stopped.
Did you forget Fred Warner? Fred Warner used to get tackles for losses and then went out in the slot and guarded CeeDee Lamb.
I even think his full name's Manfred.
When you said went out, that's a good one. When you said went out, I thought you were going to say a playoff contention early because he doesn't contribute to winning teams because he's a linebacker.
Well, he will never win.
He'll never win.
Because, San Francisco kind of sucks.
They do now.
Yeah, it's not his fault.
Used to have a savvy front office that everyone modeled their
Yeah.
franchises around.
And then
now they just
the guy starts taking a knee.
Overpaid an average quarterback, gave a linebacker pass rusher money. They're just wasting it.
A good linebacker can, and also don't forget about these tight ends. You got guys like Brock Bowers. A cornerback is not big enough to guard Brock Bowers, but a linebacker can guard Brock Bowers.
If you have a linebacker that can play zone or man, you're golden.
And that's what Fred Warner can do, but he can also go do what run stoppers do. Also, Fred Warner's full name is Federico, not Manfred.
Also, you guys are confused.
I have been for a long time.
Kittle is on his team. They don't need someone to cover a tight end. They already have the tight
So they
end.
should actually call him Fed Warner. Is this what I'm hearing?
His name's Federico to Fred.
Yeah, it wouldn't. That wouldn't pass.
That's stolen valor.
That wouldn't pass the streets.
Is it?
Well, I'm Manfred, but I'm Fred.
I was thinking Winfred.
That's like a lady. I
Yeah.
think that's a lady's.
Winifred.
Winifred is a lady.
Wilfred?
Winfred is a boy.
Winfred's a boy?
Mhm.
That's a royalty name, too. It's like you got one of those Habsburg jaws.
That is a long line of lineage.
The deep cut is what that was.
I actually paid attention in AP European history, so that joke hit with me.
What's AP?
Congratulations.
Adrian Peterson?
Yeah.
That's sick.
Yeah, I was in Texas.
They teach a lot of weird stuff down there.
Like living off the grid and not relying on anything.
No, they have their own grid. It's not off a grid.
It's
They
off
have-
the grid.
I thought you meant they students still have to pick their switch in Texas when they get in trouble.
Rule of thumb.
Yeah. I had nothing.
It looks like Fred Warner will be a lifelong 49er. That's the point I'm trying to get to.
Yeah, 'cause it's the last 3 years.
Yep. Because no one's going to.
He might sign with like the Ravens for like, maybe $5 million dollars a year.
Is this just sign and trade stuff so he could take advantage of the Browns like everyone else does?
No.
Like Shadur.
They're actually going to keep Purdy? This is wild to me.
Well, there's no max extension sign and trade stuff.
Well, you make a Super Bowl in this area, you're set for life.
Because of the team around him, not because of him.
Exactly. It doesn't matter.
That's a good point.
As long as you made it, you look great.
Yeah. You're there. You're still suited up and you're on the field.
You're a part of the team that
Look-
made it.
Look at Fred Warner.
He just got paid
He's got paid.
because they lost a couple Super Bowls.
Think about it. The people that are still on the bench still get a ring.
The
Kenny
prac-
Pickett got one.
The practice squad gets a ring.
Exactly.
The janitor gets a ring. It's a different style ring, but they still get one.
And they get their name engraved in it.
I think I've told this story on air. One of my best high school buddies got a ring for the St. Louis Cardinals World Series because he was on the grounds crew. That's awesome. I tried to touch it one time. I said, don't touch my ring.
The bedazzled,
ring.
the
Okay,
bedazzled
thank you for
gems fell
clarifying.
off of it.
I think it was legitimately rhinestone.
It's got to be mezzanite, whatever it's called.
Was that a Bush lyric?
George
Molsonite?
Bush,
Yeah, Malsonite, is that?
mesquite,
Cubic zirconia.
Moissanite is like,
fake diamond.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Lab grown diamonds are super cheap now.
Listen, the players and the front office, they get blood diamonds. Everyone else is getting those lab growns.
I think
Who gets Crip diamonds?
great question.
If the Niners win, maybe them.
It's good. It was a long walk for that joke.
You're welcome.
Crip walk. Thank you.
Snoop just dropped an album.
No, he did not.
Yeah, he did. Pretty good.
He did not drop an album.
Yes, he did.
You're talking about?
Why was I listening to it this
Are
morning?
you talking about Kanye's leaked album?
No, that's really good though. Donda 2.
It's not really good.
Snoop Dogg released
Kanye stopped
Is It a
being good.
Crime? Today.
Releasing the album?
The album. Well, no, it's not a crime because it's decent.
I don't know him as a rapper anymore. He transcended out the way that George Foreman transcended out of boxing. Like he's no longer the guy who was on trial for murder.
But at
and
least
a
George
rapper.
Foreman was able to make a comeback.
No, Snoop never went away.
Snoop just became the spokesperson for weed.
Yeah, and and
he went away
and
for a year.
Every other
everything,
product.
yeah.
that
He
they
went away
wanted
for
to
a year when
Yeah.
he was Snoop Lion.
He did not go away. You
But
just
Snoop,
mentioned
he killed Snoop Dogg and made Snoop Lion. And then he said, I'm not a Rasta guy.
yeah, and Jay-Z said I'm not a rapper.
And then Trump got elected again, and Snoop realized you can't be a trans rapper anymore. Going between the dog world and the cat world.
Can't do
You had
it.
to come back to the dog world.
That was back in 2016.
Okay.
Why are you giving the year?
Yeah.
That's the Trump year.
Yeah, I know.
Gonna need help connecting your dots here, brother.
So now I'm obligated to listen to the Snoop Dogg album, is all I'm hearing.
Well, of course.
Yeah, because
The last one
is
was
it a
bad.
crime?
The last one was bad.
Does it sound
Which
West?
crime? Murder?
Yeah, that's the one he got away with.
Was he at the?
Well, just the murder was the
Was he
case that
hanging
they
out with
gave
Diddy?
him.
Does he do? Is it like a West Coast sound, or is it more like what everything else is?
It's like West Coast.
No, it's not. I can already tell it's not.
There's a little bit. I mean, he's got a song with Sexy Red on there.
Is they or them West Coast?
No, that's
Sexy
just
Red is a
Cassio's nickname for me.
yeah.
Is that a lady or a fella?
Sexy Red's a lady.
Okay,
Get it sexy.
that
Get it sexy.
that they say that about themselves.
But that's just kind of like the.
That's kind of like the rap kind of
And what-
thing. Like the female
ladies,
rappers. Like
ladies
I-
crazy.
Yeah.
for fans to say.
Is it? Oh, that's her thing. Like DJ Khaled has a thing.
Like another one,
Yeah.
yeah. Get it sec. Like the
Another
the
one.
tag, yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of the hook.
he has two, I guess.
Sexy Red,
DJ
Glorilla, the whole thing.
Khaled. That's Pro Wrestling 101. Say your name to the audience. They never
Mm.
forget your name.
You know, pro wrestling has really inspired me a lot lately in my life.
How so?
Because I started getting into Dave Bautista's entrances when with the fireworks
I'm
behind him.
very familiar. Yes.
Yeah. So now I want to do that anywhere I walk into now.
You want to walk into a room and do fake machine gun arms?
Yeah. And then the grenade at the very end.
It's pretty baller.
It is pretty cool, huh?
In
Yeah.
what environment?
When I go to my office job.
I was just gonna say clock in, have that entrance.
Yeah.
What's the fire code there?
Well, I'm not bringing fireworks.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm just playing the song.
Oh, well, that's fair.
You gotta start the day with some energy.
What time does your day start?
7:30 a.m.
That's about right. Actually, that's pretty healthy. I would be into that.
Yeah. It's like calisthenics in the morning.
Machine
Listening
gun
to
arms.
Batista?
No, I'm not listening to him. I'm listening to the song you walked out on.
It's a good song.
It is.
It's a good way to get hyped up for your day.
It is.
Zay, that's your hint.
When we get
If-
back from the break, today's the I-9 Varsity, I-9 Varsity of pro wrestling theme songs. It's 2 Men on 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal. today's I-9 Varsity is the I-9 Varsity of Pro Wrestling intro songs. Of course, AEW is at the Rio Rancho Event Center this Wednesday. Reach out to I-9 Sports right now, 505-312-4999. League office 280 at i9sports.com. Taking team registrations for flag football, soccer, baseball, cheerleading. And you know they got that multi-sport discovery program. I'll go first. Boys, it's Bring Them Out by T.I. because that is my intro music for Duke City Championship Wrestling. Every show starts with Bring Them Out, Bring Them Out.
You can't go wrong with T.I.
It's very good.
Yeah, it's not bad.
What is it hard to do with the barrel in your mouth?
You tell me.
It's right there in the lyrics. So give me T.I.'s Bring Them Out. That is what I come out to at Duke City Championship Wrestling. Jake?
This one's going to Albuquerque legend.
Oh, I like this. Exhibit.
Former Albuquerque Isotope shortstop Coco Montes coming out to I'm in Love with the Coco.
All right, that's a good one.
That's my favorite walk-up ever.
Incredible.
It's a good one.
That's when I think of walk-up songs, I think of that.
I'm in love with the Coco.
Yeah, that's exactly how it goes.
Van?
First on my I-9 Varsity of walkout music, and I'm sticking with wrestling here since this is what segued into the topic.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with Hardwood by Jim Johnston.
Okay.
That, of course, would be Bam Bam Bigelow's walkout
Yes.
music.
I thought you were going to say Bam Bajera for a second.
Stage presence. Bam Bam did have.
He's a big boy.
Mm-hmm.
Also, you'll notice a trend in walkout music of that time. They're all Jim Johnston. He made them all.
Yeah.
Isaiah? Oh, good one.
Okay.
Oh, good one.
This is 45/47's walkout music, too.
Wait for it.
There's 12 of them
12 bells.
when the bell tolls.
Yes.
Still your flow.
Yes.
Yeah, he did.
Bar
He-
for
he
bar.
stole it. Bar for bar.
Yes. Yes.
He was in my brain and he knew.
It's because he can hear us off break.
And when the lights go out, the lights are as big of a part of it as anything.
Oh yeah, the smoke, everything.
So sweet.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, this is the intro music for The Undertaker. And it hit harder after he took it away, became the American Badass, and came out to Kid Rock for some dumb reason.
Alexa
Eliana?
Party.
Well, I was original. I did not become original now.
Uh-huh.
But I was going to say For Whom the Bell Tolls would be mine.
Yes.
But I think my favorite walkout song for WWE had to be Ric Flair when he was doing 2001 Space Odyssey.
Okay, so that's very good.
Okay.
He did run that forever. And I believe this is known, but because it's royalty free. So he could run it on any promotion and it could get on TV and you knew it was Ric Flair, regardless if it was WWE or NWA or whatever. So
Smart.
Good little history there.
Thanks for that.
You go, okay. Now, this one, I don't know if it's going to hit with everyone, but it's definitely going to hit with me and Van.
Okay.
Give me Mr. Bojangles by the Nitty Gritty Dirt Band. No,
See, that should have been your cleanup hitter right there.
well, we're tight on time. So Mr. Bojangles by the Nitty Gritty Dirt Band is, of course, Hobo Hank's walkout music. And if you haven't been so fortunate to be a part of more than 400 of your closest friends scream singing Mr. Bojangles as Hobo Hank makes himself to the ring, you've not lived life. You have not yet.
Hard agree.
Take advantage of that if you get a chance. Friends of the show, Jake Cassio.
I have an actual wrestling one for this one.
All right.
My favorite wrestler of all time, AEW legend, Big Boom AJ, coming out to We Bring the Boom, aka one of the members of the Costco guys. And I just had to get my Costco guys reference in for the show today.
Not sure who that is, but yes.
I
don't
explain
know,
it
like
to you every week.
Van Nunley.
Boom, boom.
Another banger by Jim Johnson, Unstable,
All right.
which of course would be the walkout music to my favorite childhood wrestler and cocaine maniac, the Ultimate Warrior.
Yeah. His widow lives in Santa Fe.
That's nice.
Little fun fact. Isaiah?
Here comes the money.
Yes, it's very good.
Money talk.
Here comes the money.
Money, 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 money,
Yes.
money, 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 money.
Shane Shane McMahon comes out doing the most annoying dance.
Does the little shuffle.
Mm-hmm.
Does a little shadow box.
I thought this was the theme song to The Apprentice.
I've never seen Shane McMahon fight, but I have seen his box.
Oh,
Eliana?
You've seen him fight before.
Do you know what would be a legendary walk-up song? I feel like not a lot of people use it unless it's like for like baseball games and like high school and stuff like that.
Mhm.
But Lose Yourself, Eminem.
There's curse words.
Yeah.
Messes up the
Steve
crowd.
goes, yep.
Yep.
It's a great walk-up song.
I
If
think so.
a softball player use it, you put the clean version on.
Exactly. If you put the clean version on, it's
Lose
Yeah.
yourself.
All
No.
12 words left over.
And then write it for no reason. There's no
Spaghetti.
Mackay Pfeiffer.
you're better off having the instrumental.
Yeah, if we're going, and my last one is one from a movie, just like yours. Give me the Beverly Hills Cop theme song. It is as good of any walkout of all time because, well, that's how Axel Foley walks around the entire movie
Yeah.
is with the Beverly Hills Cop theme
This
song.
is our bumper music, guys, by the way.
Nice.
Yes.
Wow. Well,
What is Total Eclipse of the Heart? Is that what this is? That's what it sounds like. Pretty sure.
Jake,
you want to talk about Ultimate Aura? From a galaxy far, far
Turn
away.
around.
Imperial March for Darth Vader.
yeah,
Dun, 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 dun. That's pure aura.
that's what I came out
What
to.
about
My
Seven Nation Army?
very
It's pretty
good.
much the same thing.
Strong.
Yeah.
That's a stadium anthem.
Yeah.
That's a stadium banger. Van, last one.
Another Jim Johnson banger.
Yep.
I'm just saying my 3 favorite wrestlers as a kid.
I know.
You got to drop
Um,
some heat with the song in the
Hacksaw.
background. Okay.
Oh!
And obviously Hacksaw is the walkout music for Hacksaw Jim Duggan.
Isaiah, I like where you left us here.
Yeah.
My personal one is Run the Jewels by Run the Jewels from the album Run the Jewels. That's a banger.
Run the Jewels.
My personal is So Fresh and So Clean.
That'll get them pumped.
I don't know what the movie is for your guys' generation, but when Van and I were growing up, every loser we knew every battle rap word to this movie, and they would reenact it in like
Yeah.
school.
sick bird.
Clarence parents have a really good marriage. That's all I remember.
We had this thing
Private
called I'm Not a
School,
Rapper.
Clarence, oh man, Anthony Mackie, he got cooked in that role.
You know, he's the captain of America now, so he's doing
Yeah.
pretty good.
I
Back to
remember him
Clarence's
from
Revenge.
Pain and Gain with Mark Wahlberg and The Rock.
Ever seen that one?
Great
It's
movie.
based on a true story.
Oh.
Okay.
Where Mark Wahlberg beat up an Asian person.
Oh, not that one.
2 Men on 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
Producer Isaiah Johnson on 95.9 FM and AM 610, The Sports Animal.
Thanks for ending your day with us. If you started your day at the YMCA, reach out to the program, 505-246-0610. There were all those storms yesterday, man. So I had a triple layover on the way back from Philadelphia. So I had to stop in Nashville, and then I had to stop in Dallas because there were like tornadoes or something. And then I had to come here. Long story short, didn't make it to the Y this morning. That's where I was trying to get.
Bummer.
Yeah. Boy, was tired.
Yeah, that's why I didn't see you there.
Jake Cassio's with us. He definitely was not at the Y this morning because if he was, I would have had to have got him a free membership. Jake?
I was just trying to help out the sponsor. Okay.
By running people away from the YMCA?
By saying I'll be there?
Yes.
That would bring the masses.
They got it hard enough already that I keep going there. They add you to the equation.
I'm actually pretty quiet at the gym for once in my life.
Membership.
That's the only place I shut up.
Yeah.
The gym?
Yeah.
You go to the Y?
No, I go to Choose.
It's similar, but not good. Eliana V. Hill is with us. We're talking to her about the world of sports. Welcome back to the program. Second time, friend of the show, 2 times.
Yeah, thanks for having me back.
2-time. I tell you, here's what we're going to I will give you access to the Y.
Okay.
That's the plan.
All right.
And it's only $1 a day.
That's affordable.
It's very affordable. It has all the nicest amenities, the nicest people. Also, if you need childcare, which you don't, but like friend of the show, you can bring your kids down. Do the whole thing.
That's where I'm really hanging out when I say I'm going to the Y. Is my mom drops me off there.
All the single moms at the Y, Jake has a big mustache.
Mm-hmm.
Go the other direction. Just run away.
It's slowly gotten smaller over time.
Your mustache?
Yeah.
It's more sustainable now. I
Yeah.
agree.
It was a little too walrusy.
If you went with Isaiah, how much more weight do you think he would lift than you? It's like a lot.
Depends on the lift.
Isaiah, what's your best lift?
Bench press.
All
Yeah,
right.
he'll cook me on that all day.
You have long arms too. You have a good bench press?
Yeah.
I can get to 185.
Oh, I cannot.
You could do more than 185.
I probably can, like if I were to do like a 1 rep max, but
Yeah.
I don't count it if you can't do it for 5.
Okay.
You don't
That's-
count doing it?
What are you at the combine?
Yeah, what do you do?
Yeah, I mentally in my head, yeah. When I'm bench pressing, I think I'm at the
Because
combine.
you feel like you're selling yourself short.
Yeah.
Like, you know you're capable of more, but I get what you mean there.
Yeah, like it doesn't count. Like you could do your max reps and you
Mhm.
can say I can do this, but you can only do it one time. Does
Well,
that really
just
count?
put on Panama by Van Halen.
Yeah.
1 rep, max out.
If it's something
I'm
crazy,
actually in my
though,
stained era right now.
Gross.
if it's a
Okay.
crazy amount of weight though, if you do it twice, I think that because one time is like, okay, you may just got it once off adrenaline, but if there's like a weight where you don't know if you can get it once, you knock it out twice, that's a big deal.
Listen,
Yeah.
I'm not like Zay. I'm not putting like 45-pound chains over me when I'm doing
Oh.
dips, you know.
You do that, Isaiah?
Those days are long gone.
You should see his Instagram stories, man.
My
Oh,
nephew,
shucks.
my nephew's in town, and he's young blood, early 20s. So we went to the Y the other day, and he was super expecting like deadlift. He was super expecting like squats.
You were like, let's hit the machines.
Brother, I was like t-shirt muscles only. Like I don't have interest in what you want to do. Like we're gonna make sure just the buys look good.
He's going for the 1,000-pound club.
I believe he thinks that BFS is real.
It is.
Fred, you'll go through that phase where you want to get swole. You'll go through that phase. I can't wait to see it.
No.
Once you see that like little bit of
Yeah,
progress,
Van,
it's
yeah.
so addicting.
He has seen a lot of progress from 6 months ago.
Yeah, but losing's one thing. But once you start like, okay,
Never
so
lost.
no,
Well, just like how the Maple Leafs have been described, they don't hate losing.
They
It-
lost last night.
losing a bunch of weight's one great feeling. But then when you replace it with muscle, it's like a whole flip side. It's like,
because you have to really work to gain that back
Yeah.
end muscle, and like you feel so accomplished once you do.
and then you know you're going to lose it if you stop. So then
Yep.
you're like, you're trapped. No pun intended.
See, my ideal version of life is just like going really hard until like about Fred's age, what, 45? And
I'm 40. I'm 40.
going really hard until 45. And then I just I'm ready to be fat from then on out.
You feel that 45 is the end of days. That's what you're saying.
I feel like my biggest fear is getting fat.
See, I wouldn't mind being fat when I'm old. Because at that point, it's all downhill from there.
We need a couch in here. These two need to lay down, just talk to us about their problems and their feelings, your biggest fears.
Mine was valid. Mine was the catheter.
Jake's is like, but yeah, you're not worried about the Knicks losing a game 7 in the playoffs? Like, no, Jake.
That's my biggest nightmare. Gosh. But I don't have to be worried about that because the Knicks are going to win an NBA championship this year.
They are or aren't?
Are. Okay. It's inevitable. It is written.
By
Nos.
Gosh.
Jay, question.
Such a fast answer.
Would this, if they were to fail this series, would it hurt more or less than the Bills' loss? Would it be close?
Yeah, I mean,
I want you to be prepared.
Buffalo is my first love.
That Bills loss is why Jake is a gym rat right now.
Yeah,
that
straight up.
That was his villain arc.
No, it really
was.
is.
So prepare yourself.
I've been sober since that. Well, other than when I was in New York, but
don't do what I do, because when I get all in like that, and my team loses, I have to forget the sport exists.
See, but I watch the game over and over. Sometimes at the gym. I'll put the loss up, the 3 minutes and 33 seconds.
As all of your therapists now in my office, I need to tell you that you need richer and more fulfilling hobbies than laying your whole happiness on the accomplishments of others.
Strangers.
Yeah.
Grown men.
That'll be $120.
But it's not just you. It's like, and Knicks are a good example, right? Because didn't they beat up like a Pacers fan who was at the game the other day?
Yeah, and you got free tickets because of it. You're welcome.
That's such a New York thing.
Yeah, you're welcome. You got free tickets to an Eastern Conference Finals game that's going to cost you $900.
Or Brian Windhorst. You guys did Brian Windhorst pretty dirty.
Yeah, well, Brian did us dirty too.
He did he pulled the old Dwayne Johnson. He walked up to him and said, "Hey, Windhorst, what do you think about the Knicks winning?" As soon as he's about to go, "We don't care what you have to say. Knicks and six, Knicks and 6.
They were throwing trash. That 7th Avenue just beating Boston at home was the greatest spectacle to witness.
It doesn't matter if it was the greatest spectacle to witness. That's what they did him like that?
Yeah, they were throwing trash at him.
All he could do is just kind of try to laugh it off.
Well, he was waddling away as fast as he could.
And another time they were throwing trash at him. I didn't know the Knicks fans are like that.
Oh,
it was Philly only.
New York is as ignorant as it gets.
Yes. The only worst
Hence why I am the way I am.
The only worst fans are, what team does Caitlin Clark play for?
The Fever.
The Fever fans. Those are the only worst ones.
I would say the Sky are worse. The Chicago Sky.
Is that the ones that did Reese dirty?
That's the team Reese is on.
Yeah, no. So it's definitely the Fever. Because when they were playing each other over the weekend.
Was that a preseason game or does that?
No, that was the first regular season.
Yeah, that's the first regular season. WNBA knows what they're doing. And they roasted her. It's the loudest I've ever heard a broadcast for the WNBA. Not that I have a huge sample size, but you get the point.
I was just about to ask, out of the two you've watched, that one was the worst.
Caitlin Clark's first game last year and Caitlin Clark's first game this year.
Yep.
What was more impactful?
Because she had a bad first game and that turned us off last year.
And I only got through the first half of her first game.
She had a triple-double.
Maybe.
This game.
I think she worst case scenario, I think maybe she is just one of those really, really slick, real good at tricking all of us into thinking that she's innocent, but she's actually real feisty deep down.
Who, Caitlin Clark?
That foul, it was a hard foul.
Yeah, she has Taylor Swift energy.
Yeah, duh.
But it's all about her reaction after the foul. You know, sometimes the guy, oh, my fault, I didn't mean to do it that hard. She just kind of walked off and was like, and she knew there was chaos behind her, but it was like the typical blow building up and walk off camera angle video where she just is kind of walking off like.
Yeah, she got that bad energy.
You're so right about that.
Bad
because I
energy.
know, like, when you're playing a sport and you accidentally hurt somebody, you feel so bad, and it takes a true villain to walk away.
You just walk off.
It wasn't an accident.
You used the word accidental. Yeah, that was very much
calculated.
She's like, it's a hard foul. That's all. It's a hard foul. Every basketball player knows that.
It's a basketball move.
I'm like, Caitlin.
And she's like, that's the cost of coming in where are they at? The field house? I have no idea where they play. I'm just naming a building.
The basement of Lucas Oil
I
Stadium.
was just going to say, we'll call it Lucas Oil.
Yeah, that's the cost of coming to Lucas Oil. Got to pay the tariffs.
Tariffs are over. Just 10%.
Are they over?
It's 10%.
Yeah, where to where? Where 10% to where?
China.
Nope, 30.
Oh, they have 10 on us then.
You drive me so mad. You know literally nothing about the thing you claim to support so much.
So wildly uninformed.
It worked.
Yeah, Fred, I'm surprised you didn't call WWE on this. I mean, how genius would that be, and how great of actors? First game of the year. You know, last year we already had the Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese hype, so to re-spark it, I mean, that right now is causing a whole race war online.
Yeah,
so
let's get Clark and Angel in the ring.
All right, let's both pick which side we're on. Isaiah, you first. Caitlin Clark, me too.
I'm like,
She got me too'd.
Dang, she got me too.
Dang.
That'll ruin somebody.
We call that being diddied now.
Oh.
Who's
no, that's like
who's
me 40.
first triple double of the year. She'll probably average one.
A $25,000 bet was put on her to win a triple double to win $350,000, and that is more money than she makes in her contract, I think.
They put her on the cover of Slam magazine today.
That's sick.
No pun intended. If Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark were the true actors I think they can be, you do this and you just spark the ratings for both of their games for the next month.
LA Spark.
Mm-hmm. Well, they got Cameron Brink, so they're already going to get their spark.
Mhm.
They'll be fine.
Oh, they're getting the shine off that Spark.
Yes, they're flashy. Let me catch that one, huh?
We should all watch one WNBA game together.
I'd love to.
That'd be fun.
Where are we going to watch?
When's the next time Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese play? Because that's the only one I'll watch.
What team are?
Is
what
it Cameron
teams are
Brink?
they on?
Cameron Brink's
The
still
Indiana
injured, right?
Fever and the Chicago Sky.
All right, hold on. Indiana Fever schedule. I'm doing it right now. They play Atlanta. Is that the same? That's a different one.
I don't know who's on that team.
All right, so the Fever play the Sky June 7th.
6-7.
There we go. There's the one game we'll watch.
I feel like that's a Saturday.
Do you want me to confirm that?
No, but we'll meet Eliana at Hooters and we'll watch it.
There you go.
This is a good plan.
That is a Saturday.
I work every Saturday, so
Given. All right, that's our plan. So June 7th, we're going to Hooters to watch WNBA basketball. Now, let me make sure Isaiah can't back out.
Is it on a broadcast?
That's a great question.
Yeah, I mean, we got to know if it's it should be.
Caitlin Clark.
Yeah, that'll be.
There'll be multiple options
Well,
to watch.
how many games do they play in this season? Like 30?
You asking me that seriously is the funniest thing you've said all day.
I don't know the answer.
If I'm guessing
44.
44, okay. Well, but they play 22 games and have their All-Star game, and then they have a break for a whole month. And then they play 22 again, I think.
Well, I mean, most of them schedule, being in labor right around the All-Star break. It's very important for the season.
Hey, Serena Williams played pregnant.
Such a good take. Angel Reese is the fastest player to have 450 points and 450 rebounds in 35 career games.
And those two correlate.
In the WNBA or just all basketball?
Well, I would assume the WNBA.
I don't know, though. I don't know. I don't know because she gets a lot of rebounds.
That's all she can do because she can't
Angel
shoot.
Reese misses.
Yeah, so she's like beating herself.
Stat padding, just like Shadur.
I don't think those count.
Rebounds off of a miss?
Your own miss?
Yes.
Yeah,
they count.
a board's a board.
Yeah.
I know.
Hey, she does miss a lot.
A lot.
Yeah, Michael Porter Jr.'s brother has a better field goal percentage than her, and he was trying to miss.
That's a great stat.
Is it weird that LeBron's the king, but in the WNBA, I feel like every team refers to one of their players as the queen?
Well, that's a.
Don't they do that in
culture
wrestling
thing.
too?
That's a girl thing.
Oh, it's a girl thing?
Call each other queens. Yeah, it's like
Yes,
you're saying,
queen.
like you're a boss.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, we have a girl.
Eliana, you played volleyball
Hell
for
yeah.
a long time.
I did. Yeah, I did. I played for about 8 or 9 years.
So was everyone a queen on that team? No.
Who was the
princesses?
queen?
Princesses, at least?
Yeah, like everyone had something they were good at.
Duchesses?
But honestly, it took a player to be very versatile to become a queen.
Were you a queen?
I leave it up to the people.
2 men on 95.9 FM and AM 610. Hey, Sports Animal. Welcome back to Two Men On. Jake Cassio is here. Jake.
Hi, Mom.
Eliana V. Hill is here. Eliana.
Hey guys.
The Indiana Pacers are giving free tickets to this fan. They got attacked by Knicks fans
You're welcome.
to the Eastern Conference Finals.
Game 4.
Game 4.
He's
Lost
a
the
firefighter.
fight, but won the war.
No. He might have. Well, they got to win 4 games first.
Yeah. I'm talking about he lost the fight.
Oh, yeah.
And then he,
Well, it wasn't really a fight. It was more of a jumping.
yeah, poor dude.
They were throwing trash at him, like trash bags.
Yeah, they're awful. If I'm bad, like if I'm Tyrese Halliburton or if I'm
Like his dad.
whoever, what I would do is I would say tickets to the NBA Finals.
Oh.
I would say, oh, we about to blow past the Knicks. I'm worried about that.
Well, Halliburton knows that he's not good enough for that.
He was better than Jalen in the ring in WWE.
Yeah, well, the WWE did predict this matchup. They just got it wrong.
Jalen Brunson is made for the WWE.
He is, honestly. He's a great performer in all ways. And he's a better performer than Tyrese Halliburton because he's not being coached by his drunk dad. At least Jalen Brunson's dad is on the sidelines.
Now, Van, I know what you're thinking. Fred, why are you bringing up more WWE? Because they put out a Jalen Brunson and a Tyrese Halliburton shirt today. Did you guys see these?
Yeah.
Did not.
They are fire.
The Jalen Brunson one's sweet. If you want, hey, if you want to give me an early birthday present, Fred, I would accept. Is he into jean shorts in it?
He is not,
Uh,
but it's Jalen Brunson on the shirt doing the little hand thing that he does.
yeah, the 3-point
The
celebration.
little 3-point celebration.
The new Riz face.
And the hand is in front of his face the way that John Cena's hand would be in front of his own face, and you can't see me. And you're like, well, that's pretty good. But then Tyrese has the Tyrese 317 shirt, which is equally as good. And on the back, it's got his number. This thing is fire.
Well, why 317?
It has to be the area code of Indiana. If I'm a gambling man.
I don't have the answer.
It is one. Indy is 317.
There you go.
Thank you.
Yeah, there we go. See,
Well done.
I was wearing the Buffalo area code earlier, so it was already in my brain.
I was looking up an ex-girlfriend's phone number to try to figure it out.
Was it 317?
It is 317.
Was this back in your East St. Louis days?
Nope. This was, we've talked about this on air. This was my post-COVID, glad I didn't die
Right.
rebound. Angel Reese has more rebounds than me by 449.
At least you got one.
I had the one from Indiana. So here we go. Yeah, buy this shirt if you're into basketball and pro wrestling.
I wear, I'll take an extra large. I like it baggy.
What are you doing?
Asking you to give
I
me.
thought you were trying to better yourself.
Well, yeah, but I like wearing baggy clothes. I like, you got to hide it.
Speaking of fans, Oklahoma City Thunder are banning away fans from purchasing tickets to the Western Conference Finals.
Really?
Called it.
And I hope that one guy who doesn't wear the shirt, who has season courtside tickets since the Thunder have been a team.
In 08?
Yeah.
It's a long time.
I hope he doesn't wear the shirt.
You're talking about how they drape team shirts over every seat in the house. And the Oklahoma City Thunder are kind of at the forefront of that. Everyone does it now, but
yeah. Well, the Warriors kind of did it first.
I think
NBA.
the Heat did it first.
Yeah, probably.
I think this has been going on for decades.
Well, it's the Thunder's original idea, okay, according to them, and they have the best home court advantage, apparently, too.
That is true. I will agree with that statement.
Oklahoma City is the closest Western Conference team to Minnesota. So if we're vice versa or whatever, there's teams closer to Oklahoma City than Oklahoma City is to Minnesota, but you get the analogy.
Yeah. Oklahoma City is the closest city to Minnesota.
That's what I meant.
Yeah.
Minnesota is the closest to OKC.
Okay.
Right?
That part is correct because
Yeah.
Dallas is closer to OKC
Yeah.
than Minnesota is to OKC, but OKC is closer to Minnesota.
Okay, I see.
Also, none of these teams in the West.
Stand a chance.
None of these teams
Like geographically?
geographically are in the West.
I think the Mississippi is your line of demarcation.
I agree.
So I think they're all in the West.
Because that's where we started on the East Coast. And there's more cities and population on the East Coast.
Well, we all did go west.
You got to move the West.
You can't really go more west than New York. So if anything, New York's the only East Coast team.
You can't go more west than New York. What?
Or east of New York. So it's all west from there.
There we go. Sorry, I was just blanking there because I was like, West
Where?
New York?
Yeah, you know what I meant.
Now, if we're talking about Minnesota, we're talking about Minneapolis.
Mm.
Now, are we talking about Minneapolis or are we talking about the Twin Cities? Because right between those two things is the Mississippi River.
Right.
So where physically do they play?
The North.
It's not baseball, brother.
Should be.
So there you have it. I wouldn't hate that. Like if you had 4 regionals
Mm-hmm.
and then you had like whatever, the National and American Conference or whatever, that's literally what baseball does, but that'd work.
It's a little too linist for me. I think everyone should just play in the same league, same conference, same division. Best of the best.
I like
Don't
that.
demarcate it by a river.
A river defined this country, Van.
Which one?
Because if
The Mississippi.
That's sweet.
I mean, if you took out the
Yeah.
East and the West, the only teams from the East to make the playoffs would probably be the Knicks and the Celtics.
So you think this is a good take, but I'm telling you, you can MISSISSIPPI me with it. Miss me sippy completely.
Okay.
Because that bad boy river lets you know you're from the West or you're from the East. You got to claim one. You can't have one rap style everywhere.
What's Kansas City then?
It's West.
Or is Kansas City the one divided by the river?
Nope.
St. Louis is.
Yes.
What's St. Louis?
St. Louis is the gateway to the West.
It's from the Middle East.
That's the name of it.
Middle East. I'll take that.
Memphis
It's a Middle
is
Eastern city.
the only one that's up in the air is New Orleans.
That's from France.
I would say it's East.
There you have it. 2 minutes ago, you didn't know which direction was what, but yes.
I still don't. I'm guessing here. Like, why do we call Europe the West if it's east of us?
Western.
Western culture.
Those are just similar words. They're not.
I don't know if you know this, but that part of the world predates our part of the world.
That part's
So that
So what about
was
Africa? What's
the West.
Africa? Is that west or east?
I'd say that's again south.
Now are we talking equator stuff?
No.
We talking Cancer Capricorn?
Okay, I'm an Aquarius.
All right.
I'm a Pisces.
Okay.
I'm Irish Catholic,
I think I'm Midwestern.
Middle Eastern.
Again,
Yalla Habibi.
what is that?
What's up, boy?
Thank you. Howdy. Which is what the Midwest is.
I think it'd just be hello.
Yeah, that's just a firm.
Howdy's from the West, which you are not from.
They're more
Neither
of a,
is
how you doing? No,
Timberwolves.
no, it's not. That's East Coast.
Is Africa the mother continent? Is that a thing? That seems like that's accurate.
No, Russia's the motherland.
the Fertile Crescent.
Africa is a mother.
Yeah,
you're
that
correct.
sounds
You're
right,
correct.
right?
Yeah, you're correct.
Yeah, that's correct.
Everything branches from there.
Yeah, that was the birthplace of civilization.
Well, Mesopotamia, for birthplace of man.
Upotamia.
I like it.
I love it.
I hate how you only support me.
Hey, friends of the show, I hope you're not recording this or writing anything down right now and taking notes because none of this is accurate. Let me be very clear.
When was the
that
last time we said anything accurate?
Zero of this makes sense in a scientific perspective.
Science by Jake and Fred.
This is
I think the mother continent thing is factual.
This is like flat Earth science.
that part is.
Yeah.
We're closer
You're
to
telling
flat
me it's a
earthers
ball.
right now than anything.
Huh?
You're telling me it's a ball?
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's definitely a ball.
Yeah, Isaac Newton and all that.
Oh, what must come up, come down?
That might be accurate. 2 men on 95.9 FM and AM 610. Hey, Sports Animal.
water.
What does?
Aquafina.
Ah, now we know.
Yeah.
The off-air conversations are worth a Patreon subscription. We should set that up.
Okay.
Eliana V. Hill is with us. Eliana, welcome.
Thank you guys.
Jake Casio is with us. Welcome.
Casio.
Casio.
Thank you.
The good news, Van.
Okay.
You have a chance to become a professional broadcaster for a Major League Baseball team.
I mean, whenever I want to.
You're
Is there another situation besides my talent and experience and know-how and just massive skill set? Is there another way to do this?
Well, the Cubs auctioned off an experience to call play-by-play for a half inning of a game on TV for charity. The winning bid was $15,300.
That's cool.
You did miss out, but
by $15,300.
That is an
You're
expensive half inning.
$15,000 richer.
Yeah.
there was
That's a good point.
16 bids. The opening bid started at $5,000. I mean, that's pretty inclusive.
I hope it's a kid.
That wins it.
Yeah. I like kid
I hope it's a-
commentators with baseball.
I hope it's a 1, 2, 3 inning.
Oh my God. It's just one inning?
Half inning.
One half inning for $15K? Oh man, I hope it's for a good cause.
Are you calling for the Cubs?
Yes, you are, Jake.
Oh, that'd be great if like the Cubs did the auction and you got to call like Pirates Marlins.
With the Marlins, man.
The Mets do what you're talking about. They have a kid caster competition.
They do, yeah. It's really good. Did you see that link I sent in the group chat about?
Of course not.
Did you shave your mustache and enter the competition?
Maybe. Why do you think I shaved my mustache? Like what?
My name's Jacob Casio.
That's a good point.
Like 5 months ago, I shaved it. I did not
It's
like
so
that.
weird to picture you without a mustache.
Not a lot of people know what it's like.
I mean, I shaved mine.
I use Nair.
Oh, Nair?
Yeah.
You use Nair on your face?
Yeah, for the mustache. That's what my my Italian mother does. So I just copy
For her mustache?
And you don't get chemical burn?
I don't know.
That's a very good answer. The 3-man booth, if we divide up $15,301, which is what would have won this for us.
I got $1.
I got 5.
We all could have came up with $5,000
Yeah, I could have.
to help kids. Let's go.
That it all starts with 5 on black.
Let's see. Okay. Go on the run of your life.
It's for the
Probably red since it was the Cubs.
you also get 2 game
Use
tickets.
all of your inheritance money.
What inheritance?
Is
the one my Italian immigrant grandparents wasted on my parents to go to college so that they could waste their skills and life work on me to get to right here, right now in this moment.
When you say it like that, I realize what an epic waste of time and effort it was.
but in the micro you don't see it.
Yeah, but now it's just
fine.
like it's just
As you get-
they're nice,
Yeah.
I think is what you said.
Basically, what I'm hearing is my Italian grandparents are looking down on me with shame.
Because you couldn't afford to buy a half inning at a Cubs game.
Yep.
but also
Even though we're not Cubs fans.
very generous to
I'm a
your
Cubs fan.
very generous to your legacy with your grandparents to think that they're even looking down.
Mm.
Well, they're probably looking up, but with one of my grandfather that I have his first name as my middle name. Yes, he's definitely looking up.
Cubs Charities mobilizes the power of sports to champion youth, family, and communities. They achieve that through sports-based youth development and academic programming. So there you go, a fun little no-cost thing that they auctioned off that allowed a fan to help with kids. So cool little program. We wrap it up when we get back. It's 2 Men On 95.9 FM and AM 610. Eliana's a Cubs fan, the sports animal. Eliana Vigil, thank you for joining us today on the program.
Thanks for having me.
If you're a friend of the show that wants to support Eliana, you can see her at the Hooters. Just tip. Just make sure you tip, boys.
Hooters San Mateo.
I give you props, Eliana. It is not easy to sit in the 3-hour show.
It's actually not too bad. It's not too bad.
You're natural.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
I like this little song. This can't be much different than waiting tables at Hooters. It cannot be.
Not really. I mean, you kind of.
In that perspective, is probably you guys are definitely bar talk for sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
You guys give me better conversations than our clientele gives me at Hooters.
Okay. Shade alert.
Incredibly low bar to step over,
Yeah.
but thank you.
No, I'm telling you, sometimes you hear the most dastardly things come out of their mouths.
Oh, okay. Radio.
I'm adding that to my vernacular.
Yeah.
Dastardly.
You get a
Some
couple
SpongeBob, Jake. Come on.
couple drinks in them. That's truth serum.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Lose their filter. They'll tell you anything.
Also, like a lot of lies though about like how the Cowboys are good. Like, you hear like weird stuff.
Zay, are you a Hooters regular?
Yeah, you go to Hooters regularly?
Nah.
Have you ever been to a Hooters?
You got a friend there now.
Yeah, I went to the Hooters on draft night.
Oh,
That's where
right.
met
I
Eliana.
served him as well.
Yes. But usually you'll find me in the office bar making sure people aren't being ridiculous,
There you go.
which is why I hear my bar talk.
Oh yeah, we have the same
Yeah,
regulars.
I saw about 4 people within an hour at
Yeah.
Hooters that I
Tried to not see in public.
yes. It's a great way to put it.
I think all the friends of the show, Van and I, regular Howie Sports Page is a part of the
Mhm.
program. And
Press club.
that's different. That's like a club.
That's different.
Yeah.
That's different. That's different.
They don't sponsor us, so we don't talk about them.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
Howie's is one where it's if you see regulars at Howie's in daylight,
Oh, it's so different.
it's wild.
Sure.
Howie's at like 1 p.m. on like a
It's
Wednesday.
as bright as at midnight.
But like it's packed. Howie's during the day on a weekday is legendary.
It's as cool as it is Friday night. Doesn't change.
It's a different type of cool, but I would say it's as cool.
I like going to Howie's because I'm the youngest person there.
Until Eliana turns 21 and we take her.
There you
That's
go.
valid.
Yeah,
That's
then
valid.
you're cooked.
Am I cooked?
You're cooked.
It's all downhill from
We're
here.
calling ahead and we're like, listen, just take this one vertical ID. It's fine. It's midnight, right?
I actually have a funny story. I did try and get into Howie's. This was like 2 months ago.
Yeah.
I tried to get in.
Poor decision.
It was a really poor decision.
Yeah, they're not going to have you.
No. Right away, I sat down and right away, may I see your ID? I was like,
Not going to happen.
left it in the car. I'll be right back.
No, Howie's don't play.
No, they do not play. So if you're trying to get into Howie's, take it from me.
Yeah.
You will not be able to.
Do not be a child.
Yeah.
NBA.
They're very relaxed on rules there.
Mhm.
Not so much on laws.
No, laws are the ones.
They still follow laws there.
Laws are to be followed.
Yeah.
Rules are to be.
Well, They have the, here's a rule that me and Van struggle with all the time there. So Van and I play this game where we jukebox app,
Yeah.
and it's like a duel. We duel on it.
Touch tunes.
And they touch tunes, yeah. And they will just skip our songs.
Yeah.
We just waste money.
Sure. It's fun though for the first 10 seconds of the song.
They play
That's
mine
so
every now
funny.
and then. A little Creed.
Yeah, that will get through.
Yeah, Creed will get and my country music, my country
Yeah,
side
that'll
gets
get through.
Yeah.
Van and I have a game where we'll pick a song and we will watch to see the waitstaff run over to the button to skip it.
And whoever is over or under, that's who's buying the round.
All right, hold on. That's a new
New
twist to the game.
game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're gonna do that.
Yeah,
Another
okay.
level.
See? You guys should go to Howie's with me more often.
You go with us.
I know. Every Monday.
I did find to wrap up the program on sports. I did find this thing from the Packers with the official submittal to remove the tush push. This is the lamest thing of all time.
Yeah, it's pathetic.
It's pathetic.
Stop the tush.
Soft. I thought this was football.
Article 4, assisting the runner in interlocking interference. No offensive player may push or pull a runner in any direction at any time or lift him to his feet. This is what they're citing.
I feel like it's become a part of the game, though.
Part of the game.
Yep. Adapt. or
So is
die.
the tuck rule.
Get in the gym, Jordan. Do some squats.
So is hitting quarterbacks below the knees.
Yeah, here's another thing. The
That was
NFL
part of the game.
they changed the kick returns because they wanted to limit the injury that happens. That's also a dangerous play for the guys that are in the trenches. That's a very, very dangerous play.
High
Like,
risk.
Yeah, very, very high risk.
High reward.
I think if you put in this rule, what you're going to end
Not
up,
really 1 yard.
Depends on who you're asking
It's a
for
game.
the
It's
reward.
a game of inches, man.
the team that does it really well won a Super Bowl. Here's why it won't end up being a deal. It won't end up being a deal because if you put in the referees' like hands to decide this thing, Vegas is going to lose it on you.
Mhm.
They're not going to change the rule because they don't want to chance it.
Plus, it's just so unbelievably soft. It's like, oh, you got some big, strong guys, and they push us around. You got to stop it. No.
Do you know who you sound like?
Please tell me.
So I'm sure you know Family Guy. You sound
Uh-huh.
like that one dude from Family
Cleveland.
Guy. Yeah, kind of like Cleveland, but it's the gay dude from Family Guy.
Probably Cleveland. I don't know.
Cleveland's right.
Yeah.
With the mustache like
Like
that.
the oh
That's
no.
nasty.
No,
That's
he's
Cleveland.
talking about the grandpa.
Oh, I am
okay.
not talking about the grandpa.
Okay,
You can-
thank you.
I hear it though.
Fred, do you
Okay.
watch Family Guy?
Of course, I do not.
Yeah, me either.
Hmm.
I've not watched like a serial television show in maybe my adult life.
Really?
You watch Ted Lasso.
I don't even know what the intro music to Ted Lasso sounds like. Like I've never seen.
Ted
I-
Lasso's incredible, by the way. Friend
Yeah.
of the show. If you haven't seen it, it is
I thought I would get you with it.
amazing.
What about like Hard Knocks?
When we used to cover it on the program?
Yeah.
But also, that's not a serial television show,
Yeah, it is.
is it?
I don't know what.
It's not like a sports documentary. Like somebody.
Well, first off, I've never heard people use the word serial like that unless
Well,
they're serial.
Well, there's serial and episodic. Those are the
Mhm.
two different types of television shows.
oh,
Like Twilight Zone is episodic.
episodic.
You can watch them in any order. It doesn't affect anything. Like I don't even know what one is right now. HBO's. I'll watch
Last
a
of
mini
Us.
series. I can watch a
Sunny.
mini series.
Last-
Sunny in Philly is mine.
Yeah,
That's only one of that genre that I watch.
I've never seen that.
But Last
Dumpster
of Us.
baby.
Hilarious.
Fred, I think you'd like Last of Us.
That's on HBO. That's different.
Yep.
I can watch 6 episodes of a thing and be fine. But if you're like, hey, watch,
200 episodes.
no, miss me.
So last night's episode of The Last of Us was your favorite episode.
I didn't see it.
Where
It was,
where it's a zombie show with no zombies.
oh,
So
they
spoiler
did it
alert.
again.
Yeah.
That's
It's a mushroom zombieless episode of
What-
the series
what's the-
about mushroom
What's the
zombies.
point of having zombies on your show if you don't have zombies?
Interpersonal dynamics.
Miss me.
How would you?
They're not
act in the
zombies. They're
apocalypse?
infected. Okay.
What are we doing?
Mm,
Semantics?
yeah.
It doesn't even track.
Zombies are also infected. What you think of?
But infected aren't zombies.
Don't understand.
Yeah, I'm not
You
following
have
you.
to be
I'm
infected to
broken.
be a zombie.
No
Don't
one's
have
born.
to be a zombie to be infected.
Two zombies don't fall in love and copulate and make a new zombie. You get bitten by a zombie
Hold on
And you
to
become
your
infected.
knowledge.
that I've seen on the
Yeah.
internet. Yet.
Also, as far as terrifying zombies go, baby zombies near the top.
Ooh.
Yeah, anything when you
Why? You can't. They can't walk.
I think the scariest thought is a
'Cause you don't
zombie
wanna
that
hurt
can
'em.
like full sprint.
yeah,
Like a
that's
fast
terrible.
zombie?
Like
Yeah.
a
But a
fast
fast
zombie.
baby zombie,
And
Yeah.
infected.
Oh, a fast baby zombie. That's
Ooh.
gnarly.
See, yeah, it's the
They have
worst.
those in Minecraft.
Especially the ones where they start out all regular and try to, you don't want to hurt the little baby.
If it's a zombie, it's not a baby, it's a zombie.
Well, usually they'll look like regular babies and then they turn zombie right before they get you in the neck or something. You know, the movies play it out.
Like a jump scare zombie.
Yes. Yes.
Jake Cassio,
Hi, Mom.
Eliana Vigil,
Hey guys.
not bad.
Yeah.
Isaiah Johnson,
The Cowboys do not suck. You guys are bullies.
Nixon 6.
all right, there we go on that. Van Nunley, final words.
Could 100 baby zombies defeat a silverback gorilla?
Yes.
Also, check out the opening drive tomorrow with Jeff and JJ.
The gorilla be.
It would become a zombie.
Yeah.
And then everyone be cooked.
Good
A
job,
zombie gorilla would be insane.
good job, everyone. Keep breathing.
See you tomorrow, Burke.